Other guys, this video is not going to be long. Um, this video, I'm not, it might end with a question for you, you all to answer because I want to address it, but the hypocrisy is so ginormous until I can't even really address it properly without the mindset of someone who thinks this way. So let me explain. There was a video. Um, let me see. I think it was just a clip, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was a clip. And it was a woman sitting on a couch surrounded by, I think, maybe like four guys. And she was, they had her categorized as a modern woman. You know, whenever you hear that, you already know what that's about. But so this woman was giving an example that she makes $150,000 a year. The guy, who whichever one threw out the numbers, apparently made $50,000 a year. Now, basically, the woman was like, "Well, we're just gonna have to make your $50,000 a year work. That's what we're gonna be living off of." All the men erupted into sarcastic laughter. Um, but I don't understand why. Like, I'm not necessarily saying that I agree with her because, I, for the most part, I really think this generation or what have you, and I can't even say it's this generation because you got a lot of older men that's even like in my age bracket that know they know better, but they act the same way and they say the same type things, and it just kind of baffles my mind. But I feel like just in a relationship, in a especially a marriage, things like finances, things like, I mean, so many things, children, I mean, really everything needs to be talked about, discussed, figured out how you're going to do it. And so I think this era that we're in puts way too much focus on money and whose money, especially. They put way too much emphasis on gender roles and things like that. That is a huge problem because even though I'm not talking about that today, just in general, you can't just go place gender roles on people because everybody's not the same. And I think I've explained that in different videos before. But getting back to this topic, um, they all thought it was funny that she basically was, I guess going to keep her money or spend her money on something else. But see, that's the thing about clips because we don't know what was said before or after. I don't know what she wants to do with her money. Like, I don't know if she's trying to just put her money in a some type of savings or what have you, and just like she said, like, we're just gonna live off your money, or is her money gonna go for certain things? Um, is her money going to be a fallback to when his isn't enough? They can go grab. Like, I don't know, and it doesn't give enough um, in the video to actually give a whole broad um, idea on what the two people were actually talking about doing with their money. It apparently was just a hypothetical situation because we're talking about two people, first of all, who weren't married to begin with. So it's just a hypothetical situation. But like I say, the man didn't like the fact that, she was talking about basically just living off of his 50,000 and doing whatever with her 150,000. So with that being the case, and with the scenarios that I just brought up being the case, because like I say, we don't know. You know what I'm saying? Um, one of the things that I brought up was, first of all, I said these men, first of all, a lot of them are asking for traditional women. And as I have said on here before, a purely traditional woman a lot of times didn't work, especially in the aspect of what they're talking about. Now, I'm not saying all women in the 40s, 50s, even 30s, whatever, like all of them, didn't work or do some kind of work or whatever. Like I'm not saying that. But the ideology for a traditional woman is stay at home, take care of the kids, take care of the house, the husband, wash, clean, cook, babysit, not babysit, but take care of your children, go to the park, you're the school mom, you're that's traditional to me. Um, and so the point that I made was that the traditional women that they keep asking for don't work at all. So you wouldn't even have the 150,000 of hers to go on anyway. You would only have your 50,000. So yeah, you got to make that work. And if you can't make that work, you go get another job. Like, because see, here's the thing that I don't get. The thing I don't get is why, even as a man, and I'm not a man, but sometimes I have to ask myself and wonder how, if I was a man, how would I handle or think about this situation? Now, of course, that's going to be very, that's just hypothetical because I can say that all day long, but the reality of actually really truly being a man in the society and actually growing up and having the thoughts and ideas, but I can never, I can't do that. So I have to only just assume or imagine. Um, but I don't, if I'm a man and I want a woman and a family and children and the house, the car, the picket fence, the travels, all of these things, $50,000 a year is not going to do it. It's not going to do it. Um, Now, if you need help, sir, you know what I'm saying? Then say that. Say that. Or, I don't know, you're going to have to find a way to make your $50,000 lifestyle fit into whatever it is you want or desire. But I mean, and that's if you're going for a traditional woman. You're going to need more money. Like, you're going to need, even for one person, a lot of times that kind of money is just not, depending on the type of lifestyle you want to live, like it's just not enough. And so to basically try to shame and make this woman who, is making, way more than what he's making feel bad because she don't want to share or she don't want to give or whatever the case may be. First of all, my solution, pick another woman. Don't get that woman. Pick another woman. Now, here was my other point on that video is that y'all godfather the one that you all look up to and idolize and say that was trying to bring the black community together and black relationships together, Kevin Samuels, um, told women all the time to get a man in their category. He told women all the time, basically, stay in your lane. He told women all the time, basically, look for a man on your level. Don't try to go get a $150,000 man if you only a $50,000 woman. Like that's the stuff that Kevin Samuels would say. Men agreed with him. Men thought it was hilarious. Men just they ate it up. And so that's one of the things I instantly thought about because I'm like, well, yeah, and mind you, like I said before, I didn't watch Kevin Samuels videos. I always saw like little clips or something that somebody shared or something like that, but just turning on and tuning into his channel, I have not as of yet ever to this day. But the whole world know his talking points at this point. And so I know that is what he became popular for. Like that is what he told women all the time. Lower your standards, bring it on back, and get you a $50,000 man. Stay in your lane. So my point is, and maybe I will leave this as a question. Why is it different for men? I would well, I'm not even gonna give my opinion, but why is it different for men? Why is there so much hate for this particular woman who makes $150,000 a year? Why are people angry at her and not at the man who only makes 50,000 but trying to get her to share or whatever? Like, why are they angry at her instead of being angry at him when he is the man? Like, he's gonna want to be the man and take the reins and all of this stuff in the situation that they're in, but yet more than likely he's going to run into a lot of problems with not being able to hold that full load by himself. So, with that being the case, why isn't it then okay for the man to be told, go get you a $50,000 woman or stay in your lane? Or the fact that you all know that Kevin Samuels would have completely eaten up this woman for even saying, attempting to say, or even thinking something like that towards a man. So yeah, I mean, like that's my question. That's it. That's the end of the video. Why can't dude either come up in his skills, get another job, something, or why can't he stay in his own lane and just not deal with a woman like that? Like, you feel like she thinks she's too much. You feel like you're angry because she don't want to share her money or she wants to do thus and so with her money or whatever. Just don't get into a relationship with her and go and find somebody on your level. So I just want to know if I'm wrong. That's all. Like that's all I want to know. Am I wrong, or how do you see uh what was said in the video and what I said? So yeah, answer in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. Hit the subscribe button, hit the all notifications, please. And thank you guys so much for being here and listening to me and contributing on the channel with your comments. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and into the next video. Let's see you next time.